Hi everyone. I thought it'd be a nice morning to take a walk through. I call it my laboratory. And basically what I do in this garden, I don't have many block plantings. Nothing's planted in blocks or big groups. I try to intermingle as much as I can to see the plant's individual response or group response to each other and see what they're giving nature is. How forgiving are they to being put under a situation where they might not do the best? But by not doing the best, that's an assumption made by simply reading a book or someone telling me, oh, it doesn't do well for me over here. But that really doesn't mean it won't do well for me placed with other plants. And it's not the moisture conditions, it's the competition. So I'm looking at competitive nature of plants along with soil moisture and sunlight. So right here, I've got a nice group of Sedum Pillowtalk from Brent Horvath at Intrinsic. So it's a small grouping going through here. What I like about Pillowtalk is it really puts up with moist soils. It's done a great job in conditions where most sedums die. And in the back you can see Sedum Carl, much darker. I just mingled a few in there. And Sedum Carl also does a good job with moist soil as far as sedums go. And then in between that, I've got Geranium Soboliferum, got Lobelia syphilitica. And to be fair, the Geranium Soboliferum and Lobelia find their own way in, and I leave them where I like them and I take them out where I don't. So they're kind of drifting in on their own, but I don't put those two in until the garden was 5 to 6 years old. That way they don't seed everywhere. They seed where there's an opportunity, so they mingle in gently. And this is cool. I have no idea what Daylily this is, so if some of you out there can tell me the name. I found it. What I like is it's late blooming. This is August 21st, I believe. And look at the height on it. So I really enjoy the late bloom, and I enjoy the height of this Daylily. And again, I'm not sure of the name. I'd like to help you out on that, but maybe you could help me out and let me know what name this is. And you won't see it here next year because I'm going to start dividing it next spring. And then here's the Lobelia just finding its way in. And here's another plant that reseeds in a new garden, but again, when the garden was 5, 6 years old, I just put this in 2 years ago. This is Sushinella Flexus. Look at the beautiful little white flowers on it. So I put it in this area, and it's kind of maintained itself in this area, so it hasn't gone all through the garden. And behind it is Susha pratensis, which has blue flowers instead of white. So as we move along, this is Rudbeckia Espiciosa. I like this one because it's lazy. Sometimes we're looking for all these plants that stay upright, stay upright, stay upright. And I have to say most people think this is messy. And that's okay because most people are still coming to know their own beliefs in gardening. But I just kind of like this lazy look within this area that goes into our gravel garden. And this is a Dalmatian Boreal. This is covered in white flowers in the spring. It's beautiful. And the foliage just intermingles again in between all the plants. As it hits it, it spreads its way around the plants. This can be aggressive in the garden, but again, when it collides, like when it collides with this Allium Summer Beauty, dead stop. The crown of Summer Beauty is not going to let that Gallium overwhelm it. And last year I added Aster Umbilitis. The genus has changed. I'm not sure the new genus, but it's flat-topped Aster Umbilitis. And I thought that would look good with the Sanguisorba parviflora, the way parviflora kind of nods over. And it came out pretty nice, the Umbilitis being more upright, and then the white contrasting the fading white of the Sanguisorba as it goes white to brown, white to green to brown. So this worked out pretty good for a tall plant, of finding a good use for tall plants. So as you walk along, I really like this Sanguisorba parviflora. Look at the way it dangles over things. And yet it lets light through for the Stachys officinalis humilo. And this is a geranium. And here's something I know I'm going to mispronounce, Wallaceani ovum. And some people don't buy it because they're afraid they can't pronounce the name. I don't care, I just say it quickly. So Wallaceani ovum. And if I'm hurting the feelings of some people that speak Latin, just let me know a better way to pronounce it. But it's a beautiful geranium that flowers late in August into early September, mixed in with wild petunia, Ruelia. So we move a little farther up. This is one of the coneflowers I put on YouTube earlier. This is also from Ball. It's Echinacea sombrero orange. I have to say a lot of the echinaceas I've tried have not done well in our region. This sombrero orange is still in bloom. It's been in bloom, I think, since mid-July. And look at it. It's done very well. It's a very good garden plant. And it's mixed in. Here's another group of the Sushinella. And on this side, we have the Ruelia finding its way through Geranium Max Fry. So that's one of the paths in the garden. Later, we'll go through another path with some different plant material. And again, if you have any thoughts or anything, just let me know. It'll be fun to share with each other. See you later.